Moving on to entertainment. What's topping off our entertainment segment this week, Miss Reese?
Soulja Boy tell.
Oh, yo, What's Soulja Boy on, G? Because I've been hearing a lot about and from this young man this week. What's to it? He looks like Flavor Flav's
son.
Nephew. I was going to say nephew.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
He's all tatted
Distant
up.
cousin. He's frail.
He has like all his gaudy
His hairline is questionable.
He's not an attractive young man.
He's ugly as fuck.
But why is he so mad?
Why you mad, bro?
Why is he so mad? Okay, because I watched a couple videos. He was on Breakfast Club. He did another interview. He's talking about Kanye, Tyga,
Saw that.
Okay, so he says Drake stole his song. He stole his whole flow.
Oh, the whole cadence?
From the first album.
SouljaBoyTellHim.com?
Drake's first album.
Oh.
It's a song on there, and then they played a Soulja Boy song. And it was the same.
Flow similar.
It was the same, okay?
Man, good artists borrow, great artists steal.
And Drake is mad, but he tried to say, what do you mean, Drake? Drake, the one who got Pusha T.
Yeah, he gonna
and let me just say this.
Give examples of your ears.
Now? I'll wait. Crickets. Okay, that's what I thought. So anyway, moving on.
Sometimes you gotta weather the storm.
I'm just saying.
You can lose the battle and win the war.
All right.
That's Jay-Z.
So then he talks about how Tyga didn't have the best comeback year. It was him who had the best.
And he started blah, blah, blah at Tiger. He was like, man, that nigga had one record. I don't know what Tiger's record was, honestly, but that's just me.
Tiger got a new song out right now.
Okay, so maybe that's the one they talking about. But they were talking about how, he was talking about how, the one who Travis Scott ran up in his broad and put a baby up in that bitch loins. And he was being very vulgar and very direct with his cuts at, I think that's Kylie, Kendall, whichever one. And just on that, man, how he had the best comeback year when his baby, his chick getting babies by other niggas.
Head Crack from Destination ran down those numbers from Spotify, and Tyga's numbers exceedingly passed Soulja Boy.
And that's Tyga.
Tyga? Yo, let me tell you a story about Tyga, right? This stupid ass nigga said my Uncle Birdman owed him some money. My Uncle Birdman my Uncle Birdman paid me every time. He flew me to Miami on private jets. He paid for all the studio sessions. He paid for the hotel. He paid for me to be on Lil Wayne album, to produce for Lil Wayne album. I'm on the Carter. I'm Not a Human Being Part 2. Like, I can never say nothing bad about Birdman. I got Rich Gang tatted on my face. I would never disrespect Birdman in my life. This stupid ass nigga said Birdman owe him millions. Tyga? Lime in the coconut? But don't ever come out your mouth and disrespect my uncle again in your life, nigga. And that's on my mama. And what I was gonna say, the whole point of this was Tyga, I had a song called Swag Daddy back in 2010. Tyga wanted to get on the remix. Guess what this nigga said? He called me and said, bro, I need a Lamborghini, I need a hotel suite, and I need $30,000 for some bitches and shit for the video. I said, okay, I'm gonna try to make it happen. I couldn't make it happen. I was like, yo, you know what, my nigga? I'm not coming to Las Vegas and getting you no Lamborghini out my pocket and renting you no hotel suite for no fucking video, nigga, for a remix. Come to LA, we can shoot this shit at my house, and we can shoot this shit with my Bentley and do it like that. He ain't want to do it. That's my story on Tyga, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But I fuck with Tyga. He came through the studio and we did that, we did some song, YouTube Soulja Boy and Tyga. I forgot the name of that shit. And he was in, I'll put Tyga on. He was in the She Got a Dunk video. You don't remember my video? She Got a Dunk. She Got a Dunk. You remember that song? She Got a Dunk. Shake Saw with it. You remember that? He's in the video. Tyga.
That's what Charlamagne was kind of asking him. He was like, well, you're an artist. You're a musical artist. And musically, he came back with a big-ass hit after not having a big-ass hit in a while.
Right.
And it was a huge hit.
Yeah.
And you did, he ran down his thing. He said, the Yule song, Superman, whatever. He said, Kiss Me Through the Phone. He said,
that's the song.
A whole bunch of them shit. Okay. But he ran down his hits, and they had like 3 or 4 years in between each of them. Well, now it's been 7 since the last one.
Doing?
So it's like, how did you come back musically? And that's what he couldn't really answer with Charlamagne.
Then he talked about how Kanye is dumb, his clothing line is trash.
He did say it
his
looks
shoes
like
is
homeless
trash.
people apparel.
He said he
that.
looked better than Kanye. I mean, he just was like,
he was
it was
going
becoming
in.
too much. So then I watched on YouTube, he has like this long, he must have been on Instagram Live, right?
Yeah.
Talks about how one of the niggas he knew, 5 of them tried to rob him in his house. And basically the whole scene he describes is like Belly, the Jamaican when they came to the house.
Ox. What bumbleclot won't test me now?
Soulja Boy think he Ox, or at least that's what he
Big
described.
Draco.
He said,
you know that's his nickname, Big Draco.
Yeah, he said he sprayed all of them. His whole house.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's like the story. That's why he called that nigga that. That happened. Apparently, reportedly.
Apparently.
They said that happened, G.
Okay.
Like he let these niggas have it.
Well, so he was in Atlanta.
Right.
Atlanta has a self-defense rule. He said he can't do that in Cali. So
Right.
you catch him slipping in Cali, you might win. But basically, he was like, he too real. He from the streets, and he was the first nigga that started YouTube. He made $7 million at 17, and he was just on this rant. But I'm like, who are you proving this to? If you got all this money and you all of this, why are you going in on everybody else? Nobody's talking about you.
Now that's the big thing. I think that there's some sort of reverse genius to this nigga though, because he did kind of break the internet first for artists. He did kind of take the YouTube route to kind of make streaming what it is today.
Okay.
He did give a platform for those that didn't have one or didn't know how to go direct to consumer. Dame Dash talks about that a lot now. It's like if you can control the creativity, you control the business, you control the distribution, you got something. And I think YouTube gave us that platform. But Soulja Boy was a pioneer at a very young age in regards to doing that shit musically. So facts is facts. He led a lot of waves. He created a lot of waves. He put a lot of niggas on songs and got on songs with niggas before they was really, you know, talking about something. And then they jump on another record label or sign with somebody else, and he doesn't get the fruits of that labor. So he could have, you know, diddied these niggas and scooped all these niggas up and went out the band. But he didn't. And we would be talking about him if he was a boss like that. But this nigga was like, what, maybe 20 when that shit was happening?
What is he doing now?
Well, I don't know. But what I'm saying is what he did. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying what he doing now.
We
I'm
give
not
you
saying what he
props
doing now.
for that. But then for you
that
to come
nigga's
back,
pedigree.
You come
that
back
nigga's pedigree.
and you going in on all these people.
So this is what I'm saying though. So now you bring it full circle. So he was laughed at when motherfuckers was going that YouTube route, when motherfuckers was doing the song with the dance, da-da-da. But then every artist after him followed that same path that he had trailblazed and started incorporating dances to their songs. True or false? For a time, there was all them songs. Boom.
Okay, true.
So now you see what a motherfucker like Tekashi 6ix9ine did when he goes on Breakfast Club and it's like, man, my shit gonna have the most views and what the band, man, my shit gonna be controversial. He took that same formula and now everybody's talking about Soulja Boy. He ain't did shit but this interview or these interviews, and we're talking about him. So there might be some reverse genius shit going on, like a Jedi mind trick type thing. I think Soulja Boy is a step ahead of the game. That's all I'm saying. I think he knows what he's doing in terms of getting relevant back into the conversation, and don't be surprised if now he does come out with another one-hit wonder since he's got 12 of them already.
Again, one-hit wonder. You don't last long. Great. Thank you for being a pioneer to YouTube. I'm sure there are many artists that appreciate you. But nigga, that was how many years ago?
It was a decade.
Get you something to do now.
That was 2006 or something.
Get something going. Like you, as you say, a grown-ass man. Like, grow the fuck up. How about that?
I think this is the beginning of him getting something going. I think this is how you get things going now. Like, we ain't even talking about aura no more.
We're not listening to Calvin.
I'm just saying, stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's going to be Black History Month. Y'all going to be like, damn, everybody got that Soulja Boy new project. What you
It's the age group. It's the age range, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have some artists who I think transcend those age groups. Soulja Boy.
No, he's limited. He's limited.
So-
He's limited. His audience has to grow with him. That very niche group. But shit, music is music. He get the right feature.
But I just feel like
Some Daniel Caesar featuring Soulja Boy. Niggas gonna listen. Some Anderson .Paak featuring Soulja Boy. Niggas gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? It's just I want to stay tuned on this story, and you'll have more.
you know what song I like? And this don't have nothing to do with Soulja Boy, but
What the fuck?
what's the guy that Mook and the boys listen to? XX.
Oh, yeah, X. They just call him X.
Okay, because that whole name.
Yeah, I can't really pronounce it either.
He has a new song. Well, it ain't new now,
he's
but
dead.
Moonlight.
I ain't
love
up on
that
it. I gotta
song.
listen to it tonight.
Nehemiah.
I may have heard it and didn't know what it was.
Performed it for me, and I was like, I love this song.
Nehemiah is the man, dog. If y'all don't watch her stories, She has a character on her hands. This guy is very theatric, dog. I love that kid.
Okay.
You too, Noah. You my man.
Yeah.
All right. Also in entertainment, man. I know before we went into movie reviews, you told me to remind you about
Lee Daniels.
Lily. What's going on?
Oh, so I guess apparently his dream, right, since he's gotten the business, was to create a gay superhero. Well, it's coming. Y'all want to know what's going to be called?
Fag man.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Say it. What is it? What's his name? Fuck boy. No, it's not. Oh, I was about to say, Z. No, he did not name a superhero Fuck Boy. Boy. The Adventures of Fuck Boy. Damn. That's hilarious. What's the name, Z?
So the name of this movie
Fuck boy.
will be called Super Bitch.
Oh, see, Fuck Boy would have been way.
Yeah. Because that's like sassy and gay. Like, Fuck Boy would have been deliberate, direct.
Well, he is.
Super bitch. I like Fuck Boy better, man. Just honestly, Z. Because could you imagine a superhero that's gay, but it's like he be on some fuck shit too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like pushing his agenda forward.
He's not gonna look like,
He's not
hey,
man.
Right. Like, I don't want to see, like, is he tough? Is it tough?
no.
Does it fight women or men?
Probably fights whoever is.
It's ops.
Yeah.
All the ops. No, you ain't.
Superheroes in personal life.
Damn. Y'all need to let us know. Would y'all rather see The Adventures of Fuck Boy or Super Bitch? Or Fuck Boy versus Super Bitch? Maybe that would be like the third installation. They
Maybe.
introduce both characters and then they
Maybe.
fight. Okay. Also in entertainment, with some movie reviews, man, you finally got a chance to see Greenbook?
Oh, yes.
If you have not seen this
Go
Greenbook, you will
see it.
understand why we are now beginning to slow
Yes.
clap Greenbook in. Because
Yes.
it is all that, Z.
It
And it's based on a
is.
true story. It's gripping. We talked about this offline. It's gripping.
It's such a good and well-told story.
Well told. I like
and
that.
Marshala, well, how do you pronounce his name?
Buddy Ash from Moonlight.
Marsala Ali.
Muhammad
No,
Abdul.
it's Marsala Ali. Oh, he does a phenomenal job.
The nigga's a beast. He's a true detective. I didn't
Oh,
even see that,
you
but I'm
watching
like, yo,
that?
I want no. But as soon as I seen he's in it, I'm like, I might give it a gander.
He's good.
I might take a gander.
He's good.
He doesn't disappoint, dog.
No.
He's having a great 5 years.
It's a really good movie, and I don't even want to tell it. I just want you to go
Yeah,
see
I
it.
need y'all to engage in it, and then in the comments, let us know thumbs
What
up,
you
thumbs
think.
down, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I swear, man, like, dude be playing the shit
They
out
should
of
win
these
an Oscar
roles,
for
dog.
that
That
He
movie
should win
was
the Oscar.
good.
Yeah, he
That
did
movie
win a
was
Golden
good.
Globe, so maybe he
Yeah.
might win an Oscar.
And it's just, I mean, from my perspective, and I know people have mixed opinions about that whole white savior thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I get that. That is an element to it. But I've never heard of this character. Like, I didn't know we had famous black pianists back then. Like, we need to know about these things, because what if I'm a child, and regardless of, you know, the ups and downs of the movie, but just having that as inspiration and
Yeah.
possibly motivation, be like, well, damn, if he was killing it back then and touring back then, I'm sad as a motherfucker with my fingers. I could be the next Manny Fresh or Dr. Shelley.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
You know
about,
what?
man.
And it's interesting. There were, and there still are, blacks that are in opera and classical music, but it's like those two worlds don't intertwine. Like in the movie, the character, Dr. Shirley, he never heard of like Little Richard. He never heard
Fried
Sam
chicken.
Cooke. He never has. Yeah, he just didn't grow
He was
up
very
that way.
isolated, very bubbled, very bubbled.
Yeah, so it's a good movie.
Y'all check it out and let us know what y'all think about it. What other movies did you want to talk about this week?
You said you watched Vice.
I watched parts of Vice and haven't finished it yet.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of those movies where if kids are doing homework,
Oh,
and motherfuckers
yeah.
running around, you're like, I'm just gonna turn this off, and whenever you motherfuckers graduate, I guess I'll finish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't gotten through the movie trying to be Father of the Year, dog. Like,
yeah.
I want to learn about that time
Yeah.
period that we went through, and I want to hear all the words.
can't,
And
yeah.
you can't. It's not one of those movies that you just can be doing other shit to.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten through it, but what I've seen so far is good. I think I'm 3/4 of the way through.
Okay.
You seen the whole thing?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. You need to get at a look, and so do y'all.
Okay.
Also, in movie reviews, now No, we don't want to belabor this point.
Last time, guys.
Last time, man. This shit finna win a goddamn Tony. Whatever is eligible for, this shit is gonna win it, man. Surviving R.Kelly. What's up? What's the new
I
news?
watched the last 2 final
I haven't seen any of these shits, man. I don't want to see this.
And you know what? He is sick.
Sick.
He is so sick.
So very sick.
And these last 2 episodes really just highlighted his life now and what's going on now. And maybe a few years. Because I was in Arizona, so I'm like, I never heard about any of this.
I thought it came out 2001. That's why when you said you saw it early in your high school endeavors, I'm like, nigga, what?
Yeah, like
so
2000, 99.
Like late 99. I was
Yeah.
2 years later, obviously, about 2001. I thought I got that bitch fresh off the boat.
No.
No way.
So in these last 2 episodes, you meet 2 different women who were of age, right? Met him. Now, how do you, if I meet you, I'm 30-something, you know, obviously you're still older than me, and I know you have an alleged sex tape. Matter of fact, I Google the shit. Like, if I know you have something, I'm going to Google.
Yeah. Google's your friend in that
These
scenario.
women didn't.
Ah,
These women were just so caught up in R.Kelly
bitch. Mind your data plan.
that they just completely
Blanked.
blocked all of his history and reputation
Right.
out. And they even took us to the house, his old house in Atlanta, and the rooms.
This
and
is
the girl.
camp,
Yeah.
the college.
One of the girls who walked
Coochie
us
college.
through, you know, she broke down being in one
Ah,
of
the
rooms.
trauma.
She said this one room she was in was all black. The walls was black, the curtains was black. It was just dark.
Like that album cover, Black Panties. Maybe he shot it in that
That's
room.
when, yeah.
All you hoes, come lay down. Come lay down, real quick.
So I just in these last 2 episodes, it was just real hard, and to understand how these girls could stay. You saw the mom go and get her daughter, or
Right.
try to get her daughter at the hotel, and you saw the mind games. So sometimes one girl may want to leave, but if the other girls are 10 toes down with them,
They'll convince her.
yeah. And so
Minions.
she had to break away, and eventually she got back to her mom. She went back, but then came back to her mom.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say she went back and got others like the Harriet Tubman of hoes.
No.
Oh, I
no.
was about to say, damn.
So the one particular girl was saved. You have 2 girls he has now, Joycelyn and Azriel. In Azriel case, you all know R.Kelly's reputation. You go to a concert, R.Kelly concert, right? You and your family. And he calls your daughter up there.
Oh,
You already know this man's reputation.
right.
Do you allow your daughter to go on stage?
Hell no, we
At
won't
17.
go. Hell no, we will not go. Hell no. Did she feel like us? We can both come up here? Like what?
No.
What the fuck is the mom
And
doing?
I feel bad for the dad, because he was like, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm right here. Ain't nothing going to happen to my baby.
Right.
You know? So
Not tonight.
I let her go up on stage. They had to exit
Backstage to get off stage.
And
We
had
can't
to
go from where you came
fill
up.
out paperwork and
Consent
shit.
forms and IDs.
So R.Kelly got clever in his latter years. He started messing around with chicks that were starting at 17. You know what I'm saying? So then by the time the parents got wind of it, they already
Yeah,
grown.
it's too late. Too late.
It's too late. He's already in their head. But I just don't understand that. How bad do you want fame? Like, how bad do you hang on somebody's word? How long
Now
do you hang on
Are you
and
asking?
starve?
Are you asking that question of the teens and the children or the parents? Because again, I feel like both parties were probably, and even more so, some of these parents were looking for that fame at any extent,
Well,
at any
okay.
cost. You know
so
what I'm saying?
I obviously thought that. They had the parents of Azriel, the young girl who's still with him now, on. And she could sing, beautiful voice, right? The parents wasn't for it. They didn't agree. They didn't want to do this.
But once he got them in
partnership.
that of age category, it don't matter what the parents feel.
Yeah, it's kind of a shitty situation for these parents. Now, the younger girls back, I don't know, right? I think you should know when your kid taking a flight out of town. You 15,
Goddamn.
16. But for her, he caught her at a time when she was in college, going away, about to graduate. It's a shitty situation, but you got to be weak-minded, I guess. I mean, because she had her mom and dad.
Yeah,
Like,
fathers matter.
You know what I'm saying?
And you would think that would solve it, but it doesn't always be the case.
It doesn't always solve it. And so it questioned a lot of stuff. It questioned, because he had a former employee who was really kind of telling everything about the different girls and ones who tried to get away, what happened. And that's why men are trash, because there's no way.
Damn, Gillette, since you started?
R. Kelly could do all this without having people. He had people in CPD.
Yeah. And I didn't know that, but I do know that it takes a system of pedophiliation at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? A system of deception, a system of motherfuckers being okay with infusing young people and families with trauma. Like, just not seeing beyond how it impacts their pockets financially and being like, at the end of the day, you know, this is how I feed my family, so I'm just going to turn a blind eye. And again, to that quote from Albert Einstein, it's not going to be the evildoers that ruin the world. It's going to be the bystanders that allow them to do it. So. And
the one girl who actually left, he basically turned her into a boy.
Now, I heard about that, and they were saying he might be into guys, too.
Now, I did hear.
At least it was all girls, if that's like a silver lining in it all. You know, with the Kevin Spacey thing, it's like, ugh, yuck.
The former employee said he made her look like, she did look like a boy. Cut her hair. She had to wear her hair like a boy.
She grew her shit out, mustache?
Well, you know, she didn't have no facial hair.
You can take some hormone pills.
But there is a guy here who reps R. Kelly. That's his friend. And I've heard that his brother is R. Kelly's fuckboy. So.
The Adventures of Fuckboy.
I just don't. He's sick. And he even, look, get this. He asked to be on Ayana Fix My Life.
Who
Not
did?
this year.
R. Kelly?
Like
help
2
me.
years ago.
Help me. That was his cry for help?
And Ayana said, I told him no because he doesn't even have the capacity to understand.
Now, that's that doctor, that New York sounding doctor. Your father and your mother.
Yeah.
That lady. I saw that clip. I saw a clip, and she was saying how his shit is so interwoven between personal and professional, and he almost like tells on himself every song, and then he comes back and does it again, and then makes another million off of another album.
See where
and he
the
can't.
problem is.
And she said he professionalized his sickness, and that was deep.
And for her to say, no, I can't help you, baby.
There's nothing I can do for you, sir. There's absolutely nothing I can do for you.
And
she equated that shit to how mothers, single mothers, from the black community specifically, are okay with their children going on to play professional sports, especially football, where you're just banging around, smashing around, getting CTE and concussions and shit. But it's like, shit, you got mama in the house, you got auntie Akai, you got this, you got that. And it's almost the same type of pimp mentality that the parents might have when putting their children in harm's way, and that harm being R. Kelly. And that's a convoluted conversation, but what I wanted to ask you about is what impact, if any, has this had on like his finances? I heard his streams went up. Like, are the record labels still fucking with him, or what's going on?
But RCA is not financially backing his next 2 albums. So
they're in bed with him for 2 albums.
They're not dropping him.
Right, but he has a 2-album commitment?
Yeah.
Okay, and they're just not going to market that shit.
They're just not going to financially back it, and they have nothing to say about none of that shit.
Not our problem.
They're protesting outside of Sony.
Where he rents the studio.
No, Sony in New York. They're like different cities of protest of R. Kelly.
Oh, shit.
They were outside the studio. The police and them went in there. Probably nothing.
Right.
You know
the police on his payroll, he said.
He got CPD on his payroll. So
how much money does a nigga have? Like, somebody was like, man, I think he has about $3,000.
Well, he was behind on rent for the studio.
What?
He's behind on rent at the Trump Towers. So I don't know what he's doing with his money. The former employee did say that he doesn't have like he used to have it. So he's very strategic with how he spends it and where he puts it.
Right. Said, I'm spending on all these 17-and-a-half-year-olds.
He's
nasty,
bitch. Those last 2 episodes just really just changed my whole like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know, like
it went from disdain to disgust.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to watch it, because I only rely on R. Kelly for music. You know what I'm saying? That's like me giving a fuck about what Kanye's doing in his personal life, and it makes me not want to listen to his new music. I know a lot of people are not fucking with the new Kanye shit, but a lot of that shit speaks to me, and I like it. And it's like, but I don't give a fuck about what he's talking about outside of music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to you for that. You're not a role model to me. You're a musical genius, and as long as you continue to be that, I continue to benefit. But then again, I don't want to get caught up in that bystander piece either, because it's like I'm so siloed on music, fuck everything else you're doing. But playing devil's advocate, if we examine each and every one of our musical artists, starting with Mike, Like, you really would mute Michael Jackson if we knew everything about him or suspected everything about him all over again years and years after it happened?
Disgusted and still listen to his
and still listen to his music because the music is for you.
Yeah.
The music makes you feel better and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not finna fuck that up. I was in a restaurant the other day and they played R.Kelly, I think like some Happy People or something like that. And I looked just to get a pulse, Nobody seemed to throw up or care, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things like, that nigga is part of the soundtrack of us growing up. Yeah. How he inspired the soundtrack and how it was created. I don't know if I want to know that from half the artists. No. I don't want to know them niggas like that.
And what's interesting is the young lady in the videotape, right?
The PP video?
Yeah. Okay. Some of the older ladies, so she's still been around.
Right, I heard she's still on the team. And her dad's a drummer or a bass or something.
And they were like, well, I was introduced to her. You know, one person said she trains the girls, so I don't know. Whatever floats your boat.
Y'all taking Bible verses out of context, man. Y'all better give us back Proverbs 22:6. Anyway, I think that about wraps us up for entertainment on this week's segment of This, That, and the Third. Literally.
Y'all pray for him.
Shabbat.